What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit longer. We have finally got a trailer for Dexter Resurrection. I didn't think this day was ever going to come. Not only do we have a trailer, we have a premiere date. I did not think this day was going to come. We would finally get one or both of these, and we now have them both in this latest update. As you know, if you've been watching the content on my channel, or if you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll know we've been following Dexter Resurrection ahead of Dexter Original Sin, throughout Dexter Original Sin, after Dexter Original Sin, through all the casting updates. And we were doing horror news updates on this probably 2 to 3 times a week on the casting updates. It just seemed like it seemed like Scream 7. Like the casting updates were never going to stop. And then they finally did. Things went quiet. We got the announcement that they were going to do a Dexter Original Sin Season 2. And now here we are, probably a few weeks after that announcement, we now have the trailer, the first trailer and premiere date for Dexter Resurrection. So, side note, if you're a Dexter fan, we did do Dexter Original Sin, a weekly video on that series. We watched every episode, did a full playlist for that. So if you want to go check that out. Go check out that playlist in those videos. If you have or haven't seen Dexter Original Sin, be prepared. There will be spoilers in that playlist. But let's get into this. As we always do, we're going to read the article details. We're going to then jump over to the trailer, give our initial and final thoughts on what we are going to be given. So I imagine, as always, they're giving us this image of Dexter from the trailer, and we do know this does take place in New York. It looks like he's obviously in a subway station, either with the subway passing or just sitting there, but that appears where he's at. So we have the trailer here, which we're going to watch here in a moment. So let's read through these article details quickly. For 8 seasons and 96 episodes from 2006 to 2013, the series Dexter ran on Showtime. So a lot of this I'm not going to read, because much of this already, as I'm scanning it, is pretty repetitive on what we already know. So I'm going to just really cherry pick through this. Clyde Phillips was the showrunner of the first 4 seasons of the original series. In 2021, he and Showtime brought back the revival series Dexter New Blood, which a lot of people did not like the way that ended, which that's why they came back and then decided to do something different, apparently. So the only thing it mentions that, no, it does not mention it, but that's not the case. Showtime has tasked Phillips with continuing to build on the Dexter franchise, which is then when we got Original Sin, which premiered in December of last year, finished earlier this year, and now here we are. Getting Dexter Resurrection. Okay, which herd was heading for a June premiere date. It's actually going to miss June by a handful of days, as Showtime has revealed, and trades like the Hollywood Reporter have confirmed. Dexter Resurrection is going to premiere with 2 episodes on Friday, July 11th. Okay, so they've almost missed it by a full month, but we're getting 2 episodes on day 1, which is good, and on streaming and on demand for Paramount Plus with Showtime subscribers. It's an on-air debut. Will follow on Sunday, July 13th at 8 p.m. Okay, so the 11th, then what day is July 11th? Let's take a quick look. So July 11th is a Friday. So they're going to give us 2 episodes on a Friday, and then on that following Sunday on the 13th, they're going to give us the 3rd episode. The remaining episodes will be released weekly, and now there's a first trailer giving us a first look at the America's favorite serial killer in all his glory. So I'm a little surprised by that. I'm a little surprised that they're going to give us 3 episodes, because I'm not sure if this will give us an episode count in here. We'll scan through this here in a moment. But if this is only 8 episodes, I mean, you're already giving us almost half of the season within the first weekend. So if it is 8 episodes, then we know we'll have the show for the remaining 5 weeks, assuming they don't take a week off in there somewhere. In Dexter Original Sin, they did. About halfway through, they took a week off. There was a week gap before they resumed the show. So this does turn out to only be 8 episodes. I'm again a bit surprised we're getting 3 right off the bat. All right, so the rest of this, Michael C. Hall played Dexter. We know all this. Not reading all this. We've talked about all this. Hall is joined in the cast by fellow series regulars David Zayas, Jack Alcott, and James Remmer, with Zayas back in the role of Angel Batista. Let's see. Nothing else new. Alcott reprising Dexter New Blood role of Dexter's son Harrison. Remember, returning as Dexter's adopted father Harry Morgan. Know all that. We previously, okay, so now this next paragraph we are not going to read because we covered all of this on separate videos. This is all the casting, whether it was Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, Neil Patrick Harris, Eric Stonestreet, David Dismachian. We covered all that in separate videos, so I'm not reading through this next paragraph. That's just going to take way too much time. This continues with casting. All this continues with casting. Same thing, Jimmy Smith, John Lithgow. We covered all that as well in casting updates. So none of this is new information. I'll put the link of this article in the description of this video. If you want to read through all this, you're more than welcome to do so. But we are not going to cover it off here because, again, we've covered all this on other videos. So it's not new content. Yeah, nothing else new here. Just that, really just cover it off in that first paragraph. So let's get back to the top of this article. Now let's pull up the trailer and see what this initial trailer is going to be about for Dexter Resurrection.
Only in New York. Somebody once told me, you have to go through hell to achieve resurrection. Hallelujah.
Dexter, it's like seeing a ghost. Chief Bishop told me that you were alive. She said that you were the Bay Harbor butcher.
So much for the happy reunion. What better place to hide?
It's the greatest city in the world.
Where nobody knows who you really are.
Tell me more about your friends.
Prater likes to own things. Time to meet the man of the manor.
Welcome. I cannot express how excited I am to meet you.
You really like serial killers.
I pride myself in finding the best of the best in every field.
Let's show and tell, baby.
So there are others.
On their way.
Only in New York.
Tonight's the night.
Invitation delivered.
This is a dark path you're going down. I heard you to be careful, son.
I'm tired of being careful. What do you think?
I'm back in New York.
So, the immediate thing that stands out to me that I absolutely do not like is that music choice. I do not like that whatsoever. It felt like it did not fit this trailer. It felt, I get it. Dexter's back. I mean, the adult Dexter. I mean, we obviously had a younger version of Dexter in Original Sin, but Michael C. Hall as far as back as Dexter. And then we know it's in New York, but that song just felt completely out of place for this trailer. Now we have a better idea now of like David Dismachian, Stonestreet, Neil Patrick Harris. We have an idea now of what their characters are. I mean, it was very apparent when Dexter is meeting Peter Dinklage's character that when he says he collects things, that he appears he has a number of serial killers working for him, and I'd imagine that might be where this story goes as far as a part of the side story, because we know Dexter's there looking for Harrison. We saw Harrison a little bit. And I'm wondering what that little bit of seeing Batista, which I imagine is at the beginning of probably the first episode, if that's all we're going to see of Batista, it was just a quick cameo, or if he's just really going to pop in and out of the show as he's trying to now track Dexter down, because Dexter escaped once, or in the trailer he escapes as Batista confronts him and says, I've been told you're the Bay Harbor butcher. And the trailer starts out, that's how the first episode starts, with Dexter in his bed. We were trying to predict that. My prediction was that he would probably either be in the hospital room or be in the emergency room where we see Dexter Original Sin begin. He's being rushed to the hospital, he's in the emergency room, and he's being worked on, and then we go like that flash before your life flashes before your eyes type scene, and then we're projected back in time to the prequel series. So I'm wondering now that he's not being worked on, he's stable, he's in his room, if that's where we're going to now see John Lithgow and the Trinity Killer and Miguel Prada. If that's where we're going to see them, is in his hospital room, because we know John Lithgow mentioned he only filmed for a day, and it seemed like that would have been the ideal place that they would bring him up, because we also he was filmed while doing a hospital scene. So again, that would make sense. The music, again, horrible choice. I am intrigued on how this is going to play out, because I think it will play out where Dexter realizes, again, Peter Dinklage's character has a bunch of serial killers working for him, and he decides, I'll work for you too. Gets all these resources that he can use to fulfill that dark passenger itch that he has, and something will go astray. Either they will try to kill Dexter, or they'll double cross Dexter, or they'll do something Dexter doesn't align with as far as the code goes, or they'll go after Harris. Something will happen where Dexter now will start going after these other serial killers. And I do then project this is going to be left on a huge cliffhanger. So that's where I'm at with this. We're gonna watch the series, absolutely, when the series drops. We'll do very much like what we did with Original Sin. We're gonna do an episode by episode video with spoilers. Now that first weekend though, because we're gonna get two episodes on that Friday, and then 2 days later we're gonna get the third episode, I am going to probably wait towards the end of that week before uploading the 3 videos for those 3 episodes, because that's 3 episodes of content people are going to need to watch, and I don't want to spoil it right away. So I will wait until probably that Friday or Saturday to upload anything for those 3 episodes, and then we'll go back into our normal routine of, episode drops on a Sunday. We'll probably wait till Wednesday or Thursday to upload, giving everyone enough time to get caught up and watch the episode to hopefully avoid any spoilers. So looking forward to this one. Again, glad we got a trailer, just not happy about that song choice. For me, it just didn't fit. So drop it in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the first trailer for Dexter Resurrection, coming now instead of June, coming now in July. Again, we're going to get those first 2 episodes on July 11th, which is a Friday, and then on the 13th, that Sunday, we'll get the 3rd episode, and then subsequently after that, we'll get weekly episodes. Drop the comment in the comment section, and if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.